There was a time when the world seemed to be ready for change. But hidden from the eyes of the public, dark powers gathered their forces.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it would be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. You see,
she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, 'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done, and who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away, I turned away. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I'm not defending, downward descending, falling further and further away, getting closer every day. I'm getting closer every day to the end. I'm getting closer every day.
The energy orcs, the petrol, the Korog, and the wild men of Wall Street. Together they forged a devious plan.
Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly
what the deciders have decided you must do.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld, and one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know."
They use force to make you do what the deciders have decided you must do.
A shocking expose out today in The Intercept reveals CIA-backed death squads in Afghanistan have killed children as young as 8 years old in a series of night raids, many targeting madrasas, Islamic religious schools. The killers are believed to be from a CIA-trained and funded paramilitary unit known as 01. The United States played key roles in many of the raids, from picking targets to ferrying Afghan forces to the sites to providing lethal air power during the raids. The Intercept reports this was part of a campaign of terror orchestrated by the Trump administration that included massacres, executions, mutilation, forced disappearances, attacks on medical facilities, and airstrikes targeting structures known to house civilians.
They use force to make you do what the deciders have decided you must do.
So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They've just made the decision to go to war with Iraq."
The 01 death squad all but vanished earlier this year after the U.S. and Taliban signed the Doha Agreement.
So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs," meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of hell.
The truth is about the Middle East is, had there been no oil there, it would be like Africa. Nobody is threatening to intervene in Africa. The problem is the opposite. We keep asking for people to intervene and stop it. And there's no question that the presence of petroleum throughout the region has sparked great power involvement.
My name is Jason Hurd. I spent 10 years in the United States Army as a combat medic. I deployed to Baghdad in 2004. I'm here to return my Global War on Terrorism Service Medal in solidarity with the people of Iraq and the people of Afghanistan. I am deeply sorry for the destruction that we have caused in those countries and around the globe. I am proud to stand on this stage with my fellow veterans and my Afghan sisters. These were lies. I'm giving them back.
It's very troubling to know that not only was the FBI aware of this attack, but likely perhaps complicit in carrying it out and even enticing the 2 terrorists to carry out the attack in Garland, Texas.
A plan to end the green and peaceful age before it had begun.
Some of the facts are indicating that they had an undercover agent that was trying to get in with ISIS. If the attack had been carried out successfully and people died, it was likely that this undercover agent and his superiors, his supervisors in the FBI, felt that this would prompt him up to high ranks within ISIS.
I served with Kilo Company, 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines as an automatic machine gunner. There's a term, once a Marine, always a Marine, but there's also the term, eat the apple, F the core. I don't work for you no more.
The police are protecting and serving a pipeline. They're protecting fossil fuel profits over human beings. They're macing people. They're fucking tasing them in the face.
Nobody who's been brutalized during that time was ever made whole. I was there when peaceful water protectors were attacked and brutalized on Backwater Bridge. At Standing Rock, I was there and I saw blood running from people's eyes. I saw blood running from people's limbs where these security forces, these private mercenaries, were maiming people.
If anyone man enough, get the fuck over here. I'll be waiting here.
In 20-degree weather, the National Guard, they had a fire hose and they were spraying all of the water protectors and coating them in water in freezing temperatures. It is an endangerment to human lives, and they knew this.